Like any good Protestant preacher, right off the bat, it's a female preacher.
Well, first of all, that's against the good book.
It is. And second of all, we've seen why it's against the good book over and over and over and over.
And there's even examples in the good book why you don't
It's
give
a bad
women
idea.
more.
Yes.
All right,
I've decided to start a multi-week series where you can examine a topic in depth from multiple angles. My chosen topic, women in academia. This is a topic that has been written on extensively in peer-reviewed articles in the blogosphere. See the Monkey Cage's wonderful discussion. However, to my knowledge, most of these writings have been on the topic have been senior. The perspective of a woman in the trenches has been somewhat missing in the discussion. I want to add my 2 cents to the discussion, and I've purposely decided to make the tone of this discussion somewhat light. Yet make no mistake, I'm very aware that there are some very nasty, horrible, and life-altering components to this topic. Maybe one day I'll talk about those aspects as well. Anywho, with an eye toward making the tone somewhat light, I've decided to title this series an Academic Women's Rant of the Week. A woman ranting. How unique. This is a nod to Joe DiMessina's song, A Woman's Rant, which I love. My first rant, academic titles engendered misperceptions. It probably doesn't come as a surprise, but women in academia are likely to be perceived as having a lower title than their male counterparts. As Miller and Chamberlain point out in their study of college students, students misattribute in an upward direction the level of education actually attained by male graduate student instructors, while they misattribute in a downward direction the level of formal education attained by women, even when the female faculty member is a full professor. The misattributions are linked to the imputed statuses teacher for women and professor for men, regardless of the actual positions held or credentials earned by faculty members and graduate student instructors. Again, I am going to call bullshit.
Bullshit. All right, hang on. All right. So I'm going to show you a quick video on TikTok in regards to what they have done. Yeah. All right, so let me get this one up here. All right,
it's just absolute fucking horse pucky.
It is. It's.
Oh, I call my professor at college teacher. No, you don't.
Check this out. Check this out. All right, so let's play this.
You have to dump my screen first. There you go.
There you go. So this is at Columbia, September 3rd, 2024. All right. So I'm not going to play the entire thing here.
Okay.
But they are literally, how shall we say this? All of the people in this video protesting, Palestine. All right. First of all, that's on the other side of the fucking world.
Yeah.
I have nothing against the Jewish community. I have nothing against Islam. Okay. I don't want to see that shit here in my fucking country.
I just don't care about them. I don't know why I'm required to care about it. I don't care about it. I have my own country and my own things to care about.
Yes. We have enough problems.
I just don't care.
but that's what they're doing, though, is every little thing that goes against what the 4 steps of the KGB corruption in the United States, they protest.
Yes.
Because they literally think, we're trying to take away their freedoms or do whatever.
Yeah.
And that is not the case.
Yes.
I want to have a country called America. I don't want to have Israel Erica or Palestine Erica or, African America. I want to have America. All right. Where everyone is free. And I don't have to worry about car bombs, suicide vests, drive-by shootings, which happens in a lot of the blue cities. This whole gang thing needs to get, taken care of as well. But the thing is we are teaching the youth of today to hate this country.
Yeah.
That communism is good, or it just wasn't done correctly.
Yeah.
And they're not learning that we are evil hairless monkeys. And no matter what we do, we're always going to go back to being evil hairless monkeys.
That's true.
And here in America, we have a bunch of checks and balances that keep us from going there.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. We do.
One thing, though, I do have this opinion. This is only my opinion. Some other people have their opinions. I don't want people that want to see my country destroyed or me outright killed just because I have free-thinking thoughts to be armed.
Yeah, okay.
I have to be a dick and do this because you mentioned you don't want Israel Erica or Palace Erica or any of that. So, well, I give you Erica. Wait,
what the
wait.
fuck is that?
Here's Erica.
All right.
Wait for it.
Ah.
I had to. You don't want Palace Erica, you don't want Israel Erica, I'll give you straight up Erica.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I had to. It was right there. Come on.
Oh no, I get it.
It's low hanging fruit. It was low hanging fruit. Oh,
God damn.
Anyway, where were we?
All right.
Oh my God! I dumped that one. The one. Oh, we're coming up on super chat time anyway. But let me see if I could reshare that one. Share screen. Oh, the one was bitching about titles. This one was the sexism one, and here's the one on titles. Here's where we were before I threw Erica on because I just had to. Nobody's misattributing titles. I've seen this trend play out over my own career and dealings with students. Now, I'm okay with students calling me by my first name, but I'm also very happy to have a PhD, and I still get a kick out of a student calling me Dr. Murdy. Okay, if you're hung up on your title, honestly, you're not worth your title.
You got a problem.
If you're hung up on your title, you're not worth your title. Pop and I both worked in units where we went past the point where rank became significant.
Huh.
And I mean, it mattered when it mattered, and we knew when it mattered. But when we were just doing shit or prepping or even out on mission or anything, it was Chris and it was Al and it was Steve. We didn't worry about the fact that Chris was a captain or Al was a sergeant first class and I was just a staff sergeant. We didn't care about that shit.
They just called me Pop.
There you go. We cared about the mission.
Yeah.
If you're hung up on your title, you've probably already got a problem. However, I routinely received emails that must be meant for my mother-in-law. They are addressed to Mrs. Murdy. Not cool. At first, I ignored the Mrs. in the emails, but I actually started to address the mistaken title in my responses to students. I'll bet you that she is.
Not
Would you
married.
like to say it with me? Full of shit?
Yeah, full of shit and probably not married.
Full of shit. Because I don't know of a time that I've ever mistitled a professor at a college or something like that.
I just call him ma'am.
Yeah. Yep.
That's from the military, ma'am.
I still have, there are two commanders that I had that I still talk to that I actually liked. And I still call them Colonel. They're like, I'm retired now. You know, you could just call me Doug. And I'm like, no, I can't, sir.
That's right.
I am unable to. I will not comply. I'm sorry.
I have the same problem.
You are sir or colonel, and it's just you will always be. And I had other commanders.
Yeah.
I don't worry about them, but the two that I respect still, I call by their proper title because I respect them. They earned my respect. And I refuse to disrespect them. I don't care if they've been out of service for 15 years.
Yeah.
I've also seen this in dealings with my non-academic neighbors in Kansas and Missouri. I had a nice retired friend try to tell me I was a professor's assistant instead of an assistant professor. It took some time to correct that misperception. Is your neighbor, you twat waffle. You insufferable narcissistic, egocentric twat waffle. Even in my own dealings with my family, I've had lots of relatives refer to me as a teacher at the University of Missouri. You teach at the University of Missouri. Your family doesn't have to call you professor.
Or doctor.
Or doctor. They can call you Kathy. Or you little shit with the pigtails. You know, they can call you whatever they want. This might seem nitpicky because it is, but I really think that this teacher versus professor misperception is part and parcel of some of the larger problems concerning women in academia. Or maybe nobody likes you, you insufferable bitch.
I'm gonna go with the latter on that one.
Get the fuck over yourself.
Insufferable bitch.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.